Oh, we can get louder than that. How are you guys doing tonight? Appreciate it. So this is 907's third annual in the park. We're going to be doing a parade costume. We're going to need you guys' input on which dog won the costume parade today. So we're going to start here at home plate. All the dogs are going to start walking around first, second, third, and as they make their way home, we're going to start cheering for the dog with the best costume. Everybody understand? Cool. I'll quickly introduce ourselves real quick. This is Melissa Richardson. She's a co-owner with myself with 907 Vacation Rentals. We handle short-term rental management here in Fairbanks, down in Anchorage also. We're full service, so if you guys have anybody coming into town, or you may have a property that you're thinking of short-term rental, please give us a call and we'd love to talk to you. Do we want to go ahead and start?
With another man, and it cost me 99 on a prison farm in Georgia, close to the Florida line. Well, I've been here for 2 long years. I finally made the warden my friend, and so he sentenced me to a life of ease, taking care of old Red. Now Red, he's the damnedest dog that I've ever seen. Got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's a 4-legged tracking machine. You can consider yourself mighty lucky to get past the gators and the quicksand beds. But all these years that I've been here, ain't nobody got past Red. Somebody, why don't you run? Old Red ditching, have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun. Red'll have you treat for the morning come.
So who do you have here?
This is Penny.
Penny. Who do you have here and what's he dressed up as?
I have your dog, Scooter.
What's he dressed up as?
A small horse.
And who's this and what is he dressed up or she?
Daisy, and she's dressed up as a #1 fan.
Awesome. Oh, it looks like her sister. This is Daisy. She's got a Goldpanners here on. And who do you have here?
Miss Grace Wigglebottom, pretty and pink.
She looks beautiful.
This is Baby Biscuit, and he is a lady boss.
And so I kept him away.
This is Denali, and she's the same as herself.
This is Willow.
Uh-oh, and who is this?
Tiberius Shatner.
And what's he dressed up as?
James T. Kirk.
Matches his name. All right, audience, we need you guys to clap as loud as you can when we go to the dogs that are dressed up here. We need to hear who's #1 and runner-up. We have Scooter. Daisy. Oh, Peanut, sorry, Peanut. Daisy. Grace. Baby Biscuit. And then William Shatner down there. What does it sound like? Sounds like Baby Biscuit? Is that the winner? Baby Biscuit? What about Peanut? Daisy? Baby Biscuit. All right, I think Baby Biscuit's a winner. Now we got to get a runner-up. Peanut? Daisy? Scooter? Scooter can't win. Grace? Grace? All right, I think it's between these two. Over, Shatner, come here. What about William Shatner? All right, one more time, I need to hear the cheers. William Shatner? Peanut? Daisy? And Grace? I think it's Daisy. I think Daisy's the runner-up. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We appreciate you guys. We try to do this annually. The weather kind of got a little messy on us, or looks like it's going to, but thank you, everyone that did show up. If you want any more information on what we do and our services, please come to our booth, or you can visit us at www.907vacationrental.com.
Sure, we can do a quick test. John Lorky with you out here at Growden Field. Goldpanners taking on the ProAm All-Stars for the 6th game of a 6-game series, so this is it. All-Stars will head back to Southern California late tonight.
Batting first, number 12, center fielder Zach Burrow. Batting second, number 16, first baseman Nukua Siu. Batting third, number 16, shortstop Devin Alvarez. Batting fourth, number 22, second baseman Alejandro Rosas. Batting fifth, number 3, designated hitter Carlos Morales. Batting sixth, number 18, third baseman Daniel Briones. Batting seventh, number 17, right fielder CJ Berthon. Batting eighth, number 21, left fielder Jeremiah Sanchez. Batting ninth, number 3, catcher Diego Briones. Starting on the mound for the All-Stars, number 2, Nick Blakeney. The ProAm All-Stars are coached by Jacob Castillo, Jacob Dominguez, and Michael Miranda. Now let's meet the starters for your Alaska Goldpanners. Batting first, number 9, second baseman Cole Clark. Batting second, number 12, center fielder David Shackelford. Batting third, number 33, catcher Efron Ortega. Batting fourth, number 16, third baseman Vince Benmerlo. Batting fifth, number 3, designated hitter Garrett Davidson. Batting sixth, number 15, shortstop Lucas Shermer. Batting seventh, number 25, right fielder Owen Mealy. Batting eighth, number 5, left fielder Hunter Friedberg. Batting ninth, number 11, first baseman Alex Garcia. Starting on the mound for your Panthers, number 21, Owen Dunn. The coaches are Vince Payne, Dave Dawson, Matthew Gonzalez, and Andrew Trotman. And your Alaskan Goldpanners are led by the manager, Carlos Gonzalez. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats in honor of America with the singing of our national anthem, sung tonight by Tom Gross of Tommy G's Meat and Sausage. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. John Lorke filling in for Garrett Von Dane this evening as the Goldpanners take on the ProAm All-Stars in the last game of a 6-game series. One of our favorite singers, Tommy Gross from Tommy G's Meat and Sausage, has just concluded the national anthem here. So now we're getting ready for the first pitch of the night. Didn't catch quite who that is, but got a Bark in the Park night sponsorship from Melissa Richardson and the folks at 907 Vacation Rentals. This is the third year they've done that. Had a few dogs out on the field before the game, and fans with their applause figured out who their most favorite dog was tonight. So should be a fun evening. The weather is cleared up, so we should have a nice night here at the ballpark. So the Goldpanners have been very hot in what has been a very good series against ProAm. The Panthers have won 4 of the first 5 games, but all the games have been decided by 2 runs or less. Panthers winning the first game 4-3, then 12-10, and then 3-1. They got beat in the 9th inning when the ProAm team a couple nights ago got 3 runs in the top of the 9th to beat the Panthers 5-4. And then the Panthers bounced back last night as Connor Wolf picked up his 5th win of the summer and a second save from Hunter Beck, and the Panthers won that game 6-4. So Panthers having a very good summer, 19-5 on the season, have won 12 of their last 13, as I mentioned, and looking to win number 5 out of 6 here against ProAm. Owen Dunn, right-hander out of Hope International, which is where the Goldpanners pitching coach, Vince Payne, is from, will make the start tonight for Fairbanks. Dunn making his 7th start. It's his 7th appearance, so all of his games have been starts. He started the season opener. He's gone 27 innings, and he has a 2-1 record, so see if he can pick up his 3rd win tonight. He's got a earned run average just a little under 5 for the Panthers. So Dunn getting ready to step on the mound. The Pro-Am team will have the center fielder, Zach Burrow, stepping in for his first at-bat as we get the game started here, just about 6:37. Going to play a 7-inning game tonight as Pro-Am has a flight out of town just a little after midnight, so we're going to want to make sure that they have plenty of time to catch that. Dunn throws his first pitch, and it's down low. Dan Angelo behind the plate, umpiring tonight. Dunn looks in at Ortega for the sign and throws again, and this one is hit up in the air to left field pretty deep. Back goes, and it's off the wall as Friedberg takes it off the fence, and it was a pretty good shot that time by Burrow as Friedberg had no chance to get back to the fence in time to catch up to that one. So a quick double starts things off for the Pro-Am All-Stars here in the top half of the first inning. That'll bring up the first baseman, Nakoa Siu. Try to grab some of these statistics from the Pro-Am team. I've only got about 4 of the 5 games that have been caught up on the stats. But Siu is, in just a couple of the games, has gone 3 for 4, so he's one of the better hitters that they've had here. So that's why he gets the start tonight at first base. Fouls the first pitch, so 0-1 count. Burrow takes his lead away from second. Dunn looks back and throws to second base. Clark comes in behind, but Burrow gets back easily. Light breeze blowing straight out to center field tonight. Beautiful night. It's around 66, 67 degrees. Dunn's next pitch is a little outside, and it's counts even at 1-1. Luis Alvarado, the umpire down at third base. Dunn throws a slow curveball that goes in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Had CU out in front of that. He didn't even offer a swing. He just was pretty much fooled by the pitch. Panthers have Venverlo down at third, Shermer at short, Clark at first, Clark at second round. This pitch hit into left center field, goes a long way, and this one is gone. First 2 shots off of Dunn have been loud ones here in the top half of the first inning. As the Pro-Am All-Stars, as they did last night, hit a 2-run home run in the top half of the first inning to take a quick 2-0 lead. CU is taking his time around the bases, making sure that he savors that one, and he should. He really got into it. So looked like Dunn hung an off-speed pitch just right up at his eyes, and he crushed it to left center field. So Panthers find themselves in a quick hole, 2-0. As CU homers to left field. And that will bring up the shortstop, Devin Alvarez. Dunn starts him off with a strike. Dunn, even though no one is on base, tends to work from the stretch. A lot of pitchers you'll see do that rather than throw from a full windup, just sort of shorten up the mechanics. 1-1 pitch is now outside, and it's 2-1. In the outfield from left to right, Friedberg, Shackelford, and Mealy for the Panthers. As we said, Ortega behind the plate. Next pitch is hit on the ground to short. Shermer picks it up, throws on to Garcia at first, and Dunn records his first out here in the top half of the first inning.
Number 22, second baseman, Alejandro Rosas.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Alejandro Rosas. Rosas is so far has been hitting well. He's over 300 in this series with 4 hits. Not often that you see a second baseman hitting in the cleanup spot, but he's obviously got some good power. Dunn starts him off with a fastball on the outside corner. So work out a little bit of rustiness. I think it's been a year Mr. Engineer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Since I spoke into the microphone right around around the second week of July. Garrow has had a difficult time getting up here from Anchorage today as the traffic between where he was and where the airport was didn't quite accommodate. Another ground ball on the short to Shermer. Throws on to Garcia at first and plenty of time. Rosas really didn't bother to get down the line too quickly, so second hitter in a row grounds out to short. Dunn seems to have settled down a little bit after the first two hitters, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Carlos Morales. Yeah, it gets a little shaky when you do something about twice a year.
Yeah, well, you gotta just.
And you have to make it sound like you don't do it once every 10 years.
Even 7 innings is a long time.
Yes, thanks for reminding me, Chris. 7 innings is a long time. That'll be with me for the next 2 hours.
Right?
Yep. 1-0 count now to Morales. Dunn comes set. Infield all very deep. Next pitch is hit down the left field line and just foul. Venverlo made a dive for it, but it just skipped foul as it went by the bag. So Morales hit it well, but didn't keep it fair, so evens the count at 1-1. Shackelford is pulled over into left center just a little bit. He may even shift a little bit more in that direction after that swing. 1-1 pitch is grounded to the left side. Over goes Venverlo, cuts it off, throws on to Garcia, and Dunn records his third straight ground ball out to finish the top half of the first inning, but not before the Pro-Am All-Stars hit another 2-run homer to take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back for the bottom of the first, and the Panthers trail by 2. Hey, we get into the bottom of the first now as the Goldpanners face a 2-run deficit and see how they can respond with Cole Clark, David Shackelford, and Efren Ortega. First 3 hitters up here. As we said, the Panthers and the Pro-Am All-Stars have had a really good series. All the games have been close. Really nothing, no team has had much of a lead. The one team that did was Pro-Am with a 9-4 lead back in the third game of the series, and the Panthers came roaring back with a 7-run 7th inning to take the lead and end up winning, but every other game has been very tight. Left-hander Nick Blakely is facing Cole Clark. Clark just finished his senior year of high school and headed to UC Irvine, just as the 6-hitter for the Panthers, Lucas Shermer. So a young middle of the infield for the Panthers, but it's served them well. Young kids have played really well. This year Owen Mealy is in right field too. He's in the same boat, just finishing his senior year of high school, headed to Cal Poly Pomona. 2-1 count now on Clark as he tries to get things started here. Blakeney feeds and Clark swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Catcher set up outside on that one, but Blakeney came inside. See how Clark can handle this lefty-lefty matchup. Blakeney, as Dunn did, works from the stretch. The next pitch is grounded to the right side, and the first baseman gets a glove on it, but all they can do is knock it down, and that'll be a base hit for Cole Clark, as CU went over, but he couldn't quite get it, so Clark leads off the bottom of the first here with an infield single, and that will bring up Goldpanners center fielder David Shackelford. Shackelford has played most of the summer in the outfield, but a whole lot in center field. He's been swinging the bat well for Fairbanks. Blakeney checks Clark at first, throws to Shackelford, who takes the ball up high, and it's 1-0. Shackelford hitting just over 300 on the season, has a home run and 3 doubles. He's consistently hit at the top part of the batting order, either 1 or 2. Next pitch is down low, I believe, and it's 2-0. Coach Dave Dawson handling the third base coaching duties tonight. Looks like Matt Gonzalez, who pitches for the Panthers and helps out with the pitching. Instruction is down at first base. 2-0 count to Shackelford. Blakeney checks and comes in and misses outside. The ball gets away from Briones, and a pass ball will send Clark down to second base. Wasn't difficult to handle. I think that Briones may have thought that Clark was going to go, and I think he took his eye off the ball and looked down at Clark, and the ball got away from him and rolled behind Shackelford. So 3-0 count now with Clark at second base and nobody out. 3-0 pitch is a fastball in for a strike. Center fielder Burrow, a few steps toward right center field. Second baseman pulled well over to second base, holding on Clark. Let's see how well he gets back to cover up that hole on the right side. Blakeney delivers. Shackelford has a great cut and fouls it straight back, so the count goes full. Shackelford attends Hope International University, as a few of the Goldpanner players. Pitching coach Vince Payne, starting pitcher Owen Dunn. It's been a good school for the Goldpanners to get good players out of over the last few years. It's an NAIA school in Southern California. 3-2 pitch to Shackelford is taken down low, and the Goldpanners have their second straight base runner to start the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up Efren Ortega, freshman catcher out of Long Beach State for the Panthers. Steps in, so the Panthers have something working. Blakeney working rather slow. Looks in at Ortega, checks the runners, and delivers a off-speed pitch that's way up and outside. Panthers have good speed on the bases. Let's see what they do here. Ortega's hit the ball real well last night, but didn't have a lot to show for it, with balls that were out right up against the left field fence and deep into left center. He crushes one to left again, but the left fielder has to play it on a hop. Looked like he was going to catch it. They throw the ball to third, and the ball gets away, but the bases are loaded as the shortstop runs it down behind the third base coaching box. So that was odd. He didn't hit the ball as hard as I thought. The left fielder came in. I thought he should have caught the ball, but he let it bounce in front of him. So the Goldpanners now, with a hit from Ortega, have 3 straight base runners, and quite a bit cooking here in the bottom half of the first inning to try to get even, as ProAm has a 2-run lead. Brings up the third baseman, Vince Venverlo, who had a nice night last night with a home run. Second or third on the season. Blakeney checks and throws a ball that bounces in front of home plate, and Clark will easily get home from third. Both other runners move up. Blakeney's kind of struggling here in the first inning, but boy, there's nothing the catcher could do on that. It hit right in front of the plate and bounced right over his shoulder. So a wild pitch brings Clark in. Both other runners advance. Next pitch to Venverlo is high and outside, 2-0. Panthers have Garrett Davidson. He also homered last night on deck. Panthers have 2 hits, still have 2 on, and no one out here in the bottom of the first as Venverlo has a nice cut at the 2-0 pitch, but fouls it back to the right-hand side.
Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. The foul ball brought to you by the Foundation Health Partners, Orthopedic and Spine.
Nice evening here in Fairbanks. Goldpanners normally by this point have some kind of rain out going on, but not this year. So far, the weather's been great, really much warmer than normal in Fairbanks. So smoke is cleared away tonight and everything looks nice. 2-2 now count on Venverlo as Blakeney gets the strike in on the inside corner. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the first. Panthers now trail by just a run. Next pitch is a check swing in the dirt, and they say he didn't go. Boy, Venverlo really got lucky on that. They appealed down to Ruben Cabral, the base umpire out near second base, but that's a tough angle for him to call that from standing out by second base. Normally when you appeal to an umpire on a check swing, he's down at first base, but with runners at second and third, one of those base umpires is out near second base. So Venverlo stays alive, and it's 3-2 count. Blakeney delivers a fastball way up and outside, and the Goldpanners have their 4th straight base runner here in the bottom of the first. Second walk given up by Blakeney. That will bring up Garrett Davidson. Blakeney has also been a batter in this series, so he hasn't just pitched for the ProAm All-Stars. He does have just one game where he's pitched 4 innings and did very well, didn't give up anything to the Panthers, but that's not the case tonight. Davidson goes after the first pitch and grounds it foul over by the ProAm dugout. As the umpire gets another set of balls, Goldpanners bat boy. As I mentioned, the game will be held to 7 innings tonight to allow the ProAm team to get to the airport. And considering how long the first inning is taken, that's probably something that's a good early decision, I guess. Davidson grounds it into right field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Ortega. The throw comes to the plate, and he is safe. Davidson now is caught in a rundown between first and second. Venverlo's not sure what to do. Now they throw home, and the ball is the catcher dives and catches it. Venverlo's now in a rundown, and they're going to tag him out as he heads back toward third. Catcher did a good job catching that throw from the first baseman before it scooted back to the backstop. So that's going to be an awkward thing to score, but basically you have Venverlo thrown out, trying to get back to third. 2 runs in, so the Panthers lead at 3-2. Davidson winds up at second base as they were making the out on Venverlo at third base. So we've got a couple RBIs from Davidson. Venverlo out at third in a rundown. And Davidson, after the base hit, winds up at second base. So 1 out now, Davidson at second. Panthers up 3-2. And the first pitch to Lucas Sherman, the Panthers shortstop, is inside for ball 1. So the Panthers responding quite nicely here in the bottom of the first, getting back on top. Shermer takes another pitch. That's at the knees on the inside corner, and it's even at 1-1. Very young lineup for the Goldpanners tonight. But that's pretty much the way the team has been, except for some of the pitching. Much of the hitting order is extremely young, but has done well. Shermer hits this one down the right side, but it gets fouled back behind the Pro-Am bullpen, and he's behind in the count now, 1-2. Davidson, not much of a speedster down at second base, so he's not getting too much of a lead. Second baseman almost directly behind the bag, holding him on. Blakeney, left-hander, checks him, throws to Shermer, and it's up high, and it counts even, 2-2. Left fielder Sanchez playing fairly deep in left, but it's a short distance, 315 to that left field wall, so he doesn't have too far to go back to get to it. Center fielder Burrow is shaded to right center. Next pitch is grounded to the left side. Nice diving stop by Briones, but throws wide. Can't get Shermer at first, so another base hit by the Goldpanners, because even though that was a nice stop, he just couldn't gather himself in time to throw out Shermer. Davidson on the play stays at second base. And the Goldpanners already have 4 hits here with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Owen Mealy, young outfielder for the Goldpanners. Another one of the many players from Southern California, Thousand Oaks. Takes the first pitch from Blakeney up and away for ball 1. Mealy on the summer, batting .231. See if he can raise that with a base hit here. Takes another pitch up high, and it's 2-0. Takes a look down at Coach Dawson at third, but there's really no sign he wants to give Mealy. Basically, he's telling him, swing the bat. Davidson and Shermer take their leads. 2-0 pitch from Blakeney is grounded to the right side. The first baseman has it. Starts to throw to second and almost takes too much time to think about getting Mealy out at first base. Finally scrambles over there to beat him to the bag, and the Pro-Am has their second out recorded here in the bottom of the first. So Mealy is put out, unassisted by the first baseman. Both runners move up. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, left fielder Hunter Friedberg. Panthers with a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the first inning, having scored 3 runs. Would like to get a couple more here out of Friedberg. First pitch from Blakeney is outside for a ball. Friedberg ended the game last night with a ground ball just over the bag at first base, but the first baseman shaded him there. Could have brought in a run, but had him played well defensively, so the Goldpanners couldn't get that. Actually, 2 nights ago, couldn't get that tying run in. 2-0 count on Friedberg. Davidson and Shermer take their leads. Pitches in the, I don't know, can you, so what do you say now when the ball's down there? That ball's down in the carpet?
Right.
You can't say in the dirt. There's no dirt. That ball's down in the strands of carpet. Yeah. 3-0 on Friedberg. Down in the lint, yeah. 3-1 now to Hunter Friedberg. We joke because we got over 2 hours to go in this, and we got a wild first inning going on. Panthers up 3-2, looking to add to it. 3-1 on Friedberg. Next pitch is way up high, and it's ball 4. So that was just not even close to Friedberg that time. That'll bring up the 9 hitter Alex Garcia as the Panthers, with the help of 3 walks from starting pitcher Nick Blakeney and 4 hits of their own, have the bases loaded still here, and we've got one of the, I think it's Jacob Castillo, the manager of the Pro-Am team, is out to the mound to try to settle his pitcher down. There's nobody throwing in the bullpen. But it doesn't always require that to change pitchers. Sometimes he can come from one of the other players on the field, or he can just come walking straight out of the dugout. So right now it looks like that, certainly the 6th game of a 6-game series, I would imagine ProAm might be a little shy on pitching, so they need to get a lot more pitches out of Blakeney before they cut him loose tonight. So the meeting breaks up. Everybody heads back to their defensive positions. ProAm wearing a variety of uniform tops, just all the teams from their own league down in Southern California. They got black tops, yellow tops. I've seen one player with a blue top. First pitch to Garcia is called a strike. I don't know if they thought Alex swung or if he called it a strike, but either way, it's a first pitch strike to Garcia. Bases are loaded. Garcia trying to extend the Goldpanners' 1-run lead here in the first inning. Next pitch is down low. Count even 1-1. Goldpanners looking for their 20th win tonight in just their 25th game. It's been a very good summer, certainly capped off by the winning of the championship in the tournament in Grand Forks. Next pitch to Garcia is very high, and it's 2-1. Not any particular spot in all the walks that Blakeney has had so far where he's missing. It can be low, high, it's all over the place. 2-1 to Garcia is swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Garcia had a good rip at that, but went right through it. Center fielder played straight away to Garcia, who hits the ball to all fields. He's not necessarily a pull or a pull hitter at all. 2-2 is called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Garcia didn't think so, but it doesn't matter. Blakeney gets out of a bases-loaded jam here in the bottom of the first, but not before the Panthers take the lead with 3 runs. We'll be back for the second inning, and the Panthers holding a 3-2 lead.
That's awesome.
Leading off the top of the second, number 18.
Back here at Growden, leading off the top half of the second inning, will be the third baseman Daniel Briones, who has played a very good third base for ProAm in this series. Made an abundance of nice plays, and has hit well as well. He's a really good player. Dunn starts him off with a ball and follows it up with another ball outside, and it's 2-0. Briones is from Faulkner University, a junior. Can do some catching, but played a lot of third base in this series. 2-1 now is Dunn. Gets a strike in, delivers 2-1, and misses low, and it's ball 3. Pitching coach Vince Payne calls most all the pitches for the Goldpanners, sends the signals out to Ortega as Dunn delivers 3-1, and the pitch is hit up in the air to right field. Mealy goes back, plenty of room in front of the wall, and makes the catch. So Briones hit it a little ways, but no problem for the right fielder of the Goldpanners, and it's out number 1 here in the top half of the second inning. So after giving up a double and a home run to start the game, Dunn has taken care of the last 4 hitters he's faced. Let's see if he can continue it here against right fielder C.J. Berthon. Throws the first pitch, and it's a nice breaking ball in for a strike. Goldpanners play Berthon straight away as another curveball, slow curve, comes inside to Berthon, and its count is even now, 1-1. Dunn's next pitch is skied into center field. Shackelford goes back quite a ways and catches it just in front of the warning track in deep, deep right center field. It's a spacious ballpark here, Growden, which just recently was been added to the National Historic Register, thanks to the help of mainly Katie Ringsmith, state historian out of Anchorage, who did a ton of work to help get that accomplished for this ballpark, and certainly the Goldpanners as well. First pitch now to Jeremiah Sanchez, the left fielder, is in for a strike as Dunn looks to have a 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the second. Next pitch is hit in the air again. Garcia comes in from first base, and Dunn records his 3rd straight pop fly out here in the top half of the second inning. So Pro-Am goes quietly. Panthers coming up to bat here in the bottom half of the second inning with a 3-2 lead. Well, we start the bottom half of the second inning, and it looks like Pro-Am has already made a pitching change. And it's Murphy Loncheric, wears number 20, the uniform that's hard to read the numbers on. So we're just going to go with that. Panthers batted around in the bottom of the first. Batting now in the second inning, and again, Cole Clark will try to start it off. He singled the first time up. Grounds this one into the right side again. First baseman goes over, flips to Loncheric, and the Pro-Am right-hander has retired the first hitter he faces here in Clark in the bottom of the second. So that'll bring up David Shackelford. who was one of 3 Goldpanners to walk in the bottom half of the first inning. He scored the second run as he came around on the base hit by Davidson. Shackelford wears number 12. Has done a good job playing a whole lot of center field for the Panthers this year. He's a 5'10", 180-pound junior out of La Habra, California. Takes a curveball in for Loncheric and in for a strike, and he's quickly in front 0-1. Right-hander looks in for the sign, delivers again to Shackelford. It's a fastball up high for ball 1. Panthers, as we said, looking for their 5th win out of 6 games in this series, which has been a good one. ProAm heads back to Southern California to split up into different teams and finish their league season down there as Shackelford takes ball 2 inside. A little bit of rain here in Fairbanks today, not a lot. But any little bit helps right now to clear away some of this smoke. But it's a nice evening now. Shackelford swings and misses at the next offering. It's 2-2. Goldpanners catcher Efren Ortega, who had one of the 4 Panther hits in the first inning, is on deck. Shackelford's next pitch is grounded foul at the plate. Center fielder Burrow is shaded a little over toward right center. They don't expect Shackelford to pull the ball too much. I guess they figure if he hits it in the air, it'll be more on the right-hand side. We'll see what Loncheric serves up to Shackelford, trying to get things started for the Panthers after they responded real well with 3 runs in the first. Next pitch is grounded up the middle. Skips over the shortstop, can't quite cut it off, and it rolls into short center field. They were going to have a hard time getting Shackelford anyway because he runs okay and the ball wasn't hit that hard. So once it got past the shortstop, there was no chance. So Shackelford has the Panthers' 5th hit of the night, and that'll bring up Ortega. Ortega having a really good summer. Has a home run, batting .324 for Fairbanks, batting 3rd. Takes the first pitch from Loncheric up high. Coach Dawson goes through the signs. Let's see if the Panthers put anything on here. Shackelford runs okay. Let's see if they ask Ortega to put the ball in play. There he goes. Pitch is taken, throw down to second base, and it looks like they have got Shackelford as the second baseman takes the throw from Diego Briones. A nice throw. He got a good pitch to throw Shackelford out on, too. It was right down the middle of the plate. So a 1-1 count on Ortega. Shackelford is caught stealing 2-4. And now with 2 out, nobody on, let's see if Ortega can get the rally started again. Catcher and pitcher now having a conversation in front of the mound. Pitcher asks the catcher to maybe make sure what signs they're throwing out so they get on the same page. Don't want to cross him up at all. Good strong throw from Briones that time. Shackelford got a pretty good jump, but really with that throw, he was thrown out easily. 1-1 pitch to Ortega is taken low and inside, and it's 2-1. Loncheric reaches in again and throws to Ortega, who grounds it foul on the third base sign. So he was way out in front of that one, so that brings the count to 2-2. Goldpanners are going to welcome back Matthew Pinal, right-handed pitcher, but left-handed hitting first baseman, who will be here in just a couple days to help fill in with some of the injuries that the Panthers have had. Next pitch is hit in the air to right center field. Center fielder goes over, and Burrow makes the catch. And the Goldpanners are retired here after a out, then a walk and or a ground ball rather, and a caught stealing, and now a fly ball. So the Panthers go down in the bottom of the second. We head to the third with Fairbanks leading it 3-2. John Lorkie back with you here from Growden Field as the Goldpanners have a 3-2 lead over the Pro-Am All-Stars in the final game of the series. Pro-Am got 2 in the first. Panthers answered with 3 in the bottom of the first. Now Owen Dunn, right-hander for Fairbanks, has retired 6 straight. Gets ready to start the top half of the third inning. Just a 7-inning game tonight. Bark in the Park, 907 Vacation Rentals is the sponsor for the game tonight. We appreciate their help as we do each year with Melissa and all the folks down there. 907 Vacation Rentals. Had some good action from the dogs here on the field prior to tonight's game. Done with a 1-1 count now against the 9-hitter, catcher Diego Briones for the All-Stars. Dunn trying to retire his 7th straight. Deals 1-1, and it's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Dunn delivers again, and it's on the outside corner, the same pitch that he just threw, just a slow curve that catches the corner. Dunn records his first strikeout as Briones is caught looking, and we go back to the top of the order, and center fielder Zach Burrow. Burrow hit a loud shot to start the game off as he doubled off the left field wall, and then the 2-hitter, Koasiu, followed that up with a home run over the wall. Dunn throws the same pitch and catches the outside corner again. He's got that outside corner zeroed in rather nicely, and he's got 3 straight called strikes out of it. Burrow takes the next pitch, hits it on the hands to the shortstop Shermer, throws to first and throws it in the ground, and Garcia can't dig it out. So Shermer with a low throw to first as the Goldpanners make their first error tonight. Shermer had plenty of time to throw him out. He just delivered it low to Garcia. And the error gives the Pro-Am team their first base runner here in the top half of the third with 1 out. Dunn throws over as Burrow looks like he wanted to run, had a good lead. Dunn saw it and threw over. Nakoa, see you at the plate. Big first baseman. Runner goes. The pitch is hit into right field for the base hit. Mealy comes in quickly and throws toward third, but Panthers cut it off at second base as Burrow was running with the pitch, had no problem getting over to third. And Pro-Am is in business here with a nice hit and run executed with Second straight hit from CU. That will bring up another number 16, as this team of All-Stars composed by Pro-Am has quite a few players wearing the same number, as they just continued with their individual teams' jerseys as they headed to Fairbanks. CU gets a huge jump off of first base. Dunn throws a slow curve. There's some disagreement whether or not the pitch hit him, but it's a hit by pitch. So Dunn did a poor job checking the runner at first base, and he had a huge jump. And because there was no way that Ortega was going to throw him out if the pitch hadn't hit Alvarez. So hit by pitch loads the bases. And Dunn is in trouble here in the top of the third with the bases full and just one out. Brings up Rosas, the second baseman. Grounded up the middle, should be two. Shermer steps on the bag, throws to first, and Dunn gets the Pro-Am second baseman to hit into an inning-ending double play with just his first pitch here. And boy, that was a way to quickly end a rally as Rosas hits into the double play from the shortstop to first. So despite the bases loaded, Pro-Am doesn't score here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third, and the Panthers still lead it 3-2. Hey, we're ready to get things started here in the bottom half of the third inning, and I'm joined by Ian Armstrong, Goldpanners catcher out of St. Mary's.
How's it going?
Thanks for joining us, Ian.
Absolutely.
Have you been up in the booth yet this summer?
I haven't. No, this is my first time.
It's your
pretty
debut,
cool up
huh?
here. Oh, yeah.
A pretty good vantage point, huh?
Oh, it's cool. It's different than seeing it on the video, for sure.
Yeah, you got to kind of pay attention to foul balls up here, too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't bring my glove, but
great spot.
hopefully you can make a catch.
I think your reactions would be just kind of natural, yeah. Goldpanners trying to extend their lead here as they bat here in the bottom half of the third inning. Vince Venverlo, who walked in that first inning, is up now with a 1-0 count and fouls the next pitch back to the right-hand side. So one of three players originally from St. Mary's. One of them went home quite early, but the Goldpanners still have Luke Sarantos and Ian Armstrong here on the team. Sarantos, a big right-hander. 1-1 pitch to Venverlo is grounded to shortstop. Alvarez makes the play and throws in the dirt, but CU digs it out, and the Pro-Am has their first out here in the bottom half of the third inning. So when did you first learn that you might come to Fairbanks this summer, Ian?
In the fall, I got we had to fill out some forms to kind of see where we wanted to play, and one of the options was kind of go wherever the coaches put you. So I put that one in, hoping hoping I could go out somewhere kind of further from home, go play, and I got a text from Danny Costanza, our infield third base coach, assistant head coach. He said, "All right, you're going out to Alaska," and then our head coach V, he told me he played out here for a couple of years. So
Yeah, way back in the late 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eric Valenzuela. So 0-1 count now on Garrett Davidson, the Goldpanners DH, batting now. So what were some of the other choices that you had?
Well, it was just this one, the one they assigned me. I didn't really have a
Fairbanks or
choice.
Fairbanks?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I came out here. It's been fun. A lot of fishing, kind of hanging out, exploring. It's
Had
been
you
fun.
fished
Good
much
time.
before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing and surfing. Those are the two things I love doing in my off time. Kind of growing up right there in the
Cool.
kind of San Francisco Bay Area. So
Yeah, all those guys that come up from California, this is their debut with fishing, but that's not the case with you, huh?
yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. It's probably cold.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to surf much up here.
Yeah.
Let's go surf by the runoff of the glaciers. That'll be nice.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's cold at home, but I can't imagine it being
Yeah,
very enjoyable out here. I'm sure there's places to surf though.
Pacific gets a little cold,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Because you're up in Northern California.
Yep.
So is that, and your high school days were in the Bay Area as well, in the South
Yeah.
Bay, yeah. 2-2 count on Davidson is an off-speed pitch that the catcher kind of motions and steps away like he wants to throw to third for strike three, but home plate umpire doesn't give it to him, and Davidson has a full count. Davidson had a 2 RBI hit in the bottom half of that Panthers first inning, driving in 2 of their 3 runs. Next pitch is hit in the air to left side. Sanchez comes in from left field, but the shortstop Alvarez goes out and makes the catch.
Now batting shortstop, Lucas Shermer.
Did we get a name yet on this pitcher? I don't know if Raleigh can help me out with a name on the pitcher here.
Is it not a 29 on
Jacob Ferretti,
there?
Landon Pulsifer. Left-hand pitcher out of Fullerton College. So Panthers have faced a couple left-handers in just the third inning from ProAm, as there's 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. Brings up Lucas Shermer. So you've got some of your teammates that are playing where this summer, would you say, Ian?
We got a couple guys playing for the Portland Pickles. A couple guys kind of stayed closer to home down in SoCal playing for OC Riptide.
Oh, yeah. They just texted me today and wanting to come up next summer and play us. Yeah, they were here in 21. That's a good team.
Yeah, they're a good squad. They got a whole bunch of guys. I know a couple guys out in Bend playing for the Bend Elks.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of stuff on the West Coast. Anybody
Yeah, a lot of
going to
West
the
Coast.
Northwoods League or?
That's a good question. I don't think we had that I know of. I don't think we had anybody go to the Northwoods or Cape.
Anybody else in Alaska?
Yeah, we had a couple guys go to the Matsu Miners. A couple guys play for the Pilots.
Oh, okay.
We had a pitcher play for the Pilots. He threw against us, I think the second game.
Oh, in the Midnight Sun game, huh?
Yeah, Midnight Sun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of got guys all over the West Coast.
That's good.
A couple guys playing for the Foresters down in Santa Barbara.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we may see them in Wichita for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Shermer stands in with a 3-1 count, as Pulsifer seems to be a little bit wild. Shermer has a nice rip at the next one, but hits it in the air to center field. Burrow comes in and makes the catch, and the Panthers go quietly here in the bottom half of the third inning. We head to the fourth, and the Panthers have a slim 3-2 lead. John Lorky along with Ian Armstrong joining me up here in the booth as we bring you this last game of the series between the Panthers and the ProAm All-Stars. Top half of the 4th inning done. For the Panthers, gave up 2 in the top of the 1st inning to the first 2 hitters, but has settled down quite nicely since then. Got out of a nice bases-loaded jam in the 3rd with a double play ball to end that inning. As DH Carlos Morales stands in now, and Dunn misses with his first 2 pitches, and it's 2-0. So what has surprised you the most, Ian, since you've been here? Anything that you just is like completely different than what you expected when you got here, or not so much?
Not really. Kind of coming into it, I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, you always think about Alaska as, you know, being really cold or, you know, snowy in the winter, but it's been pretty nice. I think, if anything, that's probably surprised me the most. It was kind of the same thing last year when I played summer ball in Utah. I think Utah is kind of,
oh, you did?
You know, a ski place. And yeah, I played for the Marshals.
Oh,
and,
you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
faced them a few times?
Yeah, I think you guys went down there last year and played in that tournament, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so kind of just thinking about, you know, the stereotypical, you know, kind of ski place Utah is, snowboard.
Yeah, that
But
Salt Lake area is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was warm all last summer. It's been warm here. It's been nice.
Dunn walks his first batter here as we start the top half of the 4th inning. Morales heads down to first base, and Daniel Briones, the 3rd baseman, will come up to follow. So again, the Panthers was just a 3-2 lead here in the top half of the 4th inning. Notice your dad's had a chance to come up here,
yeah,
and hang out with you for a bit too.
Yeah, my dad and my brother.
Your brother wants to get on the field.
Oh yeah,
your brother wants to play.
We've been trying to convince Carlos to get him some innings up on the bump, just get him in there, kind of save some arms. So.
Pitch to Morales, or Briones rather, is hit into left field for a base hit. Friedberg gets it back into the infield. And Dunn has been unable to retire the first 2 hitters here in the top half of the 4th inning. Has the light bothered you at all, trying to sleep?
When I first got here, it was kind of tough, but I've kind of adjusted.
Yeah.
Kind of figured out the sleep schedule. It's always funny, like the first couple weeks I was here, just you get done with the game, 9 innings, starts at 7 p.m. game, and then everyone's always looking like, what time is it? Like when did the game end? Because you don't really know. You know it's later, but no, it's kind of fun when the sun doesn't go down.
Yeah,
go out there, finish a game, go fish,
stay
come
up
back.
Quite a bit after the game, and the sun's still up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dunn working now to C.J. Berthon, who flied out to center field his first time back in the 2nd inning. So 1-1 count. John Lorky joined by Ian Armstrong from St. Mary's College. Nice catcher for the Goldpanners. Pitch is grounded slowly to the left side. 3rd baseman throws to 2nd for 1 on to 1st, but it's not going to be in time for the double play. The ball just wasn't hit hard enough. Venverlo did all he could do to start the double play, but not going to happen. So Berthon is safe at 1st. Briones is retired at 2nd base. And the ProAm team, which has shown a desire to run quite a bit in this series, especially when they're playing ahead, or really at just about any time, they've run quite a bit. Have runners at the corners now with 1 out. And left fielder Jeremiah Sanchez at the plate, a left-hand hitter. Dunn delivers to Sanchez, who grounds the first pitch foul past the first base coaching box on the right-hand side. Anything at all this summer that you've been working on in particular at all, Ian, to improve your game? Anything with the coaches or any of that you've – I'm not saying you need to.
No, there's always stuff to work on.
That's not the intent of the question.
No, there's always stuff to work on. For me, it's been kind of trying to get into the pull side power a little bit, kind of catching the ball out in front. I know this past college season, there was a lot of success in the backside of the field, a lot of backside singles, kind of backside doubles.
Mm-hmm.
But so just trying to get the ball out in front a little bit, work on
Yeah.
some timing stuff.
Well, you've hit a ton of balls well, and this is a spacious park in center
Yeah.
field, and it's kind of like, dang, I wish that, because you've hit a ton of balls out
Yeah.
to center and right center field.
Yeah, we had Ryan Pierce. He's another St. Mary's guy.
Goldpanner.
Yeah, Goldpanner played out here, and
Yeah.
he was telling me about it when I told him I was coming out here. The one thing he told me was, if you hit a ball at center field, just run. Just because it's a big yard, you know. Just put your head down, just run. But yeah, the park's treated me well.
Yeah, it's in some ways it's a hitter's park with a short porch, the 315 the left, but
Yeah.
the alleys out in deep left and right center are a long ways. They're, probably 415 or so.
Yeah.
Wild pitch from Dunn sends Berthon to second base, so now the bases are loaded with that walk. Could have been a ball that Morales could have scored on it from third, but he chose to stay there, so catcher Briones is now up. Bases are full, 1 out. See if Dunn can get that double play like he did last inning. Ground ball to short. I don't know if it's his hard enough, and the ball jumps up on Shermer, and it's a no outs recorded by the Goldpanners on the shortstop error. That's the second one that Shermer has made. The ball just sort of skipped up over his glove and up his forearm. So Briones is safe at first on the E6. Morales comes in to score. More importantly, the All-Stars still have the bases loaded and just 1 out. Goldpanners have done so little of that this summer, make costly errors on the infield. So let's see if they can keep this at a 3-3 game. Dunn's first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Zach Burrow, is low and outside for ball 1. Panthers are bringing the infield in with just 1 out, trying to cut that run off at the plate, but they're not so far in that they couldn't turn a double play as well. Dunn's next pitch is a slow curve up high, and it's 2-0. A little shaky with my broadcasting, and I haven't done this in like a year. Now I add in a Goldpanner player to it, so
There you go.
ignore the rustiness. 2-0 pitch from Dunn is way outside, and it's 3-0. So the ProAm is in business here with the bases loaded, 1 out, 3-0 count on their leadoff hitter, and no place to put him. 7-inning game here, so top half of the 4th inning. This game's going to come up quickly. Dunn delivers high for ball 4, and he has walked in a run, so not sure how much longer the Panthers will stick with Dunn. Pitching coach Vince Payne has come out to the mound. We're going to take a quick break as Panthers talk about it on the mound, and the Pro-Am All-Stars have taken a 4-3 lead. After that quick break, we're back here at Growden Field. Coach Payne decides to stay with Owen Dunn. Cole Clark warming up in the bullpen for the Panthers, but he's going to stay put for now. And Dunn working from the stretch, trailing now 4-3. Throws a slow curve in for a strike to Nakoa Siu, who is 2 for 2 against Dunn so far, has 2 of the 4 hits from the All-Stars. Dunn looking for that ground ball to get out of this inning. Throws a fastball that misses low and outside, just low more than anything. It was a nice pitch, but just missed. It's 1-1. Ortega gives the sign. Dunn delivers a ball way outside, and it's 2-1. So Dunn doesn't have the command that he normally does. He's trying to work through it here. Having a little trouble at the beginning of the game, but then he retired 6 straight after that, but now he's in trouble here once again in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss from CU, and it's 2-2. No sign you can give him right now. Just swing the bat. Big hitter with an early home run, so there's nothing bunt-wise that the All-Stars could be thinking about here. Dunn delivers 2-2, and it's a fastball that's hit into right center field, and it's down for a base hit. Mealy goes to cut it off, but not before the All-Stars are going to bring in 2 runs and now take a 6-3 lead with 4 runs here in the top half of the 4th inning. And still just 1 out. So I understand you had a little fun this early this morning when the Goldpanners put together a little bit of a pleasure trip on the riverboat, huh?
Oh yeah.
Is that something you'd heard about before, or had your dad gone on it?
No, Dad hadn't gone on it, but I'd heard it from Trop. The first couple weeks he took us out on the boat and we drove by, and he was telling us about it, and it sounded like fun. It was cool.
Oh, he took you out on his boat?
Yeah, his little boat. There? Yeah, we were just cruising around the river. He was kind of showing us around just for fun. Me, Efren, Addison, we were all out there just on the Chena, just cruising, just kind of going through. It was fun.
Yeah, it's nice when you've got a player that still sticks around, that lives here, that has all that experience, all that outdoors experience.
Oh yeah.
Whether you, especially fishing on the river and that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Padilla too. Padilla took me, Efren. We went out fishing and kind of showed us the spots, and then ever since then, I took my dad and my brother out there, catch a whole bunch of fish. I think we've gone almost every day the last week, just me, my brother, and my dad. So it's been fun. Good little week-long fishing.
Yeah. Were you able to get much of that in when you were in around Salt Lake last year?
No, not much fishing. It was a lot of just kind of hanging out. It wasn't the same. You live in like a hotel, kind of close to the park. And
nothing really with host families? Or
no, and I didn't have a car. There wasn't really ways to get around. They had a whole bunch of Lime scooters, but I mean, you can only take those 5 miles at a time. So
yeah.
I would take those to go get food before a game and then take them after.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, I would think, a better experience.
Yeah, for sure.
For a player especially to get out and do some things that you normally can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been fun out here.
And that trip to Canada.
Yeah, Canada was cool too.
That was fun.
First time I'd been out there. It was fun. Good first impression of Canada. We had a lot of fun out there.
And they love us going there.
Oh,
they treat us great.
Yeah.
Every time. So
it's a good little tournament. Get a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, great fans, crazy fans, some of them. So the Panthers trailing 6-3. Jack Clark has come on in relief of Dunn here in the top half of the 4th inning. Clark works and throws the first pitch inside for ball 1. Clark has pitched very well for the Panthers of late. Had a save in the Panthers' 3-1 win just on Saturday. So let's see how he can do. This pitch is hit into center field. Could be a double play as the runner took off. Shackelford throws to first, and they got a double play.
Oh, boy.
I think the Pro-Am team is a little upset at the call there as first base umpire says that the Goldpanners got the double play, but there's nothing that's going to be changed. So the Panthers get a break there with the fly ball to center field with a runner going and a double place, but the Pro-Am All-Stars get 4 runs here in the 4th inning. They lead it 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. John Lorky back with you from Fairbanks, Growden Field, joined by Ian Armstrong, Goldpanners catcher out of St. Mary's. As the Panthers now trail 6-3, which they haven't done a whole lot here at home this season. So let's see if they can get back into this 7-inning contest. Both teams have 5 hits, but the Panthers have made a couple errors at shortstop, which has led to last inning, those 4 runs, 2 of them were unearned. So let's see if they can get a rally going to get back into this. Goldpanners right fielder Owen Mealy will try and get things started here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And another pitcher, looks like it's going to be a different pitcher every inning for ProAm, which is the way it's gone so far. Now you have right-hand pitcher Alec Waddell
Well, it's still number 19.
from Golden West College. Is it 19 or 29?
I think it's 19.
We don't have a 19 on the roster. So the unknown right-hander, Ian. When's the last time you caught an unknown right-hander?
I don't know. Oh yeah, there is one 19.
Who is it? What are we going to go with? Who's our pitcher?
So I lied to you. It's not Alec Waddell. I thought he was number 19.
Okay, who is it?
We don't know. He's not
We
19
don't
on the
know.
roster.
He's not on the roster.
I looked at it. It was 19.
Jonathan Long. He's an infielder out of Cerritos. Either way, the unknown pitcher has a base hit
Oh no, that's a 19.
from Owen Mealy as he starts off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Well, we got to go with someone because I don't think I can say unknown pitcher for the next 20 minutes. What do you think, Burnley? I'm going to go with Jonathan Long.
All right.
He wears number 18, and he's a right-hander.
Sounds good to me.
Brings up Hunter Friedberg with Mealy now at first base. Long throws a slow curve that's high and outside. So the Goldpanners, another catcher out of Long Beach, Ian Efren Ortega. Had you known him at all? Or seen him at all and when you were growing up at all? Any of the high school baseball? Or
I didn't know. First time I met him was out here, but
other than St. Mary's, any other of the guys on the team that you knew before you came up?
no. For the most part, everybody was new. Beside, like you said, the other St. Mary's guys.
Yeah.
Garrett Davidson, I played marshals with him last year. He played for the Marshals too. So kind of crossed paths when we were playing against each other.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Marshals back up here because had such a good series with them.
Yeah.
Back in 21, I think it was, and then we've been down there a couple times since.
Yeah.
But they run such a good program, and you know what they have, about 5 or 6 teams.
Yeah,
they
I think
put
last
together
year
last year.
They had 6 teams. Yeah, so 6 teams, and Chad does a great job down there with.
Oh, he does.
Getting everybody in.
He really does.
Holding he runs a tight ship, that's for sure.
Yeah, I could tell when you go down there, just the way he does things. But boy, treats us well. We love going there too. There's just not a lot of choices when you get down with the season of where you want to go. 3-1 pitch to Friedberg is now called a strike, and the Panthers trying to get back into this, trailing by 3. Have a leadoff single from Mealy, and now a full count on Friedberg. Garcia to follow.
I think we got a name on this pitcher now.
What's the chat say?
Chat says his name is, where'd it go? Richard Inostros.
Now batting first baseman, Alex.
Thank you, Marlene.
Garcia.
Oh, there it is, number 9. But he's not number 9. Richard Inostros. Inostroz, a right-hand pitcher out of Bethesda University, a freshman. As Friedberg flies out to left field for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll bring up Garcia, who takes a slow curve just a bit high, and it's ball 1. Panthers with 6 hits, All-Stars with 5, but the All-Stars have a 3-run lead. Mealy with his lead from first. Garcia takes a pitch inside, and it's 2-0. Garcia struck out looking his first time, which is the only time the Panthers player has struck out tonight. Next pitch to Garcia is outside, and it's 3-0. Goldpanners looking for more base runners, trailing by 3
Pitching for the All-Stars, number 19, Richard Ministros.
in this short game. Cole Clark on deck to follow. He's had one of the Goldpanners' 6 hits. Garcia will probably be taken here, 3-0. Pitches in the dirt, ball 4. May have kicked off the umpire, but either way, Panthers probably wouldn't have got Mealy past second base, but he advances up to second on the walk to Garcia, and that brings up Clark. So the Panthers in business here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 out and a couple runners on. So it's pretty normal now for a lot of guys that play at, at school where you do Ian to then have the next summer want to head somewhere else. Think you'll have some different choices next summer?
Yeah, I think the option of coming back is for sure kind of been, put in the back of my mind. I had so much fun up here and still am. And it's been good to me, and all the people are great. You run a great little program out here, and it's been fun, a lot of fun. Carlos, Vince, Trop. It's been cool.
Yeah, it's fun when you have 3 guys who, because you're at school and you got guys that work together and have been maybe for a few years. And
yeah.
But with us here, all 3 coaches are all new to each other. But, boy, it seems like they've meshed really well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Coach Dawson, all of them.
And you got, a couple – so who are your roommate? Who are you – I know Alyssa is your summer mom, but
Alyssa's
who's
my
staying
host
with you there?
So I was staying with, it was me, Jonah Walker, Andrew Banda, and originally Egan. And then Egan and Banda left, so Jamie Mullen took their room. So it's me, Jonah, and Jamie right now.
Yeah, I'm dealing with a couple injuries from a couple pitchers there, so that's one of the reasons Pinal is coming in here in a couple days to help us out. And probably, I know there's another one, a kid out of West Georgia is going to be coming in the next 2-3 days as well. So
nice. Yeah, that's the cool part of kind of, these summer leagues and summer teams. You get to meet people from kind of all over, make friends, and it's just the baseball world,
Yeah. Clark now up at the plate with a 2-0 count, takes a fastball on the outside corner. We were talking with Ian here while the Pro-Am coach made his way to the mound to have a little talk with the Nostros, who was having some control difficulties, and now it's 2-1 to Clark. Next pitch is into the dirt. Or we've talked about that. You can't say it anymore on the artificial surface. You can't say you could say in the dirt, but you're kind of lying about it. So we don't know how to deal with it. So Garros probably knows how to deal with it, but those guys are in their first game of the summer. I struggle with that. 3-1 on Clark. Runners take their leads, and the next pitch is a nice breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 3-2. So Clark, no doubt, looking for a fastball on 3-1. And Ostro's struggling with his control, but he manages to get a breaking ball in to make the count full, 3-2. Let's see if the Goldpanners start the runners here at all. 3-2 count. Nostros stayed not going. The pitch is way inside, and the Goldpanners now have the bases full with a walk to Clark. Cole's been on base 2 out of 3 times, and that'll bring us to the Goldpanners center fielder, David Shackelford. So I understand you're going to get some things done to try to help you get back on the field. You've got a little MRI scheduled to try to see what you got going with your leg? That was kind of unfortunate. That was what second game of the season when it kind of started?
Yeah, it was pretty early. I think it was when second series. I think we were playing what was it, Pilots? I think little play at the
or
plate.
The Waves.
Waves?
Yeah, the Wave. We had the Christian team in first, the Kingsmen.
Yeah.
I thought it was against them. It wasn't?
No, I think it was I think it was when we were playing the Pilots. Glacier Pilots?
Oh, Glacier Pilots, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just kind of having this little thing that keeps bugging me, so a little bit of time off. Gonna get an MRI, make sure it's all good.
Yeah, get you back in there. 1-0 pitch to Shackelford is laced to left field. That's going to get up off the wall. The Goldpanners are going to score 2 as Shackelford ropes a double off the left field wall to make it 6-5. And the Panthers are back in business. Boy, Shackelford really, really got into that one. Those kind of feel good, don't they, Ian?
Oh, absolutely. Can't even feel them.
And that's how my golf swing is about 1 out of 70 strokes.
There you go.
When you don't feel it and it goes good and you didn't really swing that hard, but you hit it right. And
oh, yeah.
That's kind of the way of baseball is, too. It's like It's not anything about how hard you swing. It's just hitting it in the right spot, isn't it?
And it's that 1 out of 70 that keeps you coming back.
I think you do better than 1 out of 70. So Clark is now at third. Shackelford with the double drives in 2 and 6-5. See if the Goldpanners can keep it going here as Efren Ortega comes to the plate. Now it's 6-5. First pitch to Ortega is way outside. So infield in. Panthers trailing by 1, but have a couple runners on base as the next pitch hits Ortega in the back. And, well, that happens to him quite often, doesn't he?
I mean, that guy, you hear Tank down there always joking about, instead of his number, he's got a big old sign on the back of him that says, "Please hit me."
Boy, if you're going to get hit, that's the way to do it, huh? A nice changeup that just kind of rides in and hits you in the big part of the back. That one was an easy one. That wasn't a stare back out at the pitcher one, was it?
No, not at all.
So Venverlo is up now with the bases loaded. Still just 1 out. Panthers have a couple in, but looking for more. And Nostros delivers to Venverlo, and it misses inside for ball 1. So has it been easy to try to catch these Goldpanners pitchers? So any of the guys got some stuff that makes it a little more difficult? Or
yeah, there's some guys that are, kind of tough to catch. I mean, always, coming out and catching new guys is always different. You got to kind of learn them, how their stuff moves.
Yeah.
What everything. And I mean, that's for, kind of anywhere you go. I remember playing summer ball last year in Utah, and you're down there in the bullpens down the line, and I mean, the lights don't shine in there, so when you play that night game, I mean, you're catching in the dark, really. You can't even see the ball, and you're trying to learn these new guys. And
that field doesn't have lights, huh?
They have lights, but they're
they don't work that good.
They work good. They're right on the field, but I mean, the bullpens you just can't really see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, out here it's been good catching these guys. I mean, some of them are really good, most of them are pretty good.
Yeah, especially some of the breaking balls you see.
Yeah.
Some of those sliders that guys have. So 3-1 count now on Venverlo. And Nostros delivers, and this ball bounces up there, and the Goldpanners have tied the game as the Nostros walks in a run. I don't know how much longer they can go with him. So far, all the pitchers have gone 1 inning, but I don't know if ProAm can stick with Nostros anymore. So out of the dugout comes Coach Castillo. So we'll keep it right here and just have a few more words to chat with Ian Armstrong about. Goldpanners freshman catcher out of St. Mary's. Same conference that I attended when I was. So initially he's wondering what he was going to think of me because it's kind of a rival school.
Oh, yeah, rival high school, rival college, all of it.
Yep. So your high school was Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah. Wasn't that the Barry Bonds school?
Yep, Barry Bonds, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Lynn Swan. It's a good little school.
A little pedigree right there. Where's Los Altos?
It's in San Mateo.
San Mateo.
Yeah.
So the College of San Mateo is where, and Ian knows him as well, Riley Goulding, who used to coach at St. Mary's, and when he was a Goldpanners assistant, and now he's head coach at College of San Mateo. He sent us a couple players a couple years ago, some really good ones. Shortstop that Ty Barango that headed to Coastal Carolina. So looks like we've got the same coach that came in a couple days ago, doesn't he, Ian? Right-hander?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had some fun with this. So.
Oh, yeah, a little knuckleballer.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that surprised Garcia the first time he saw it. He kind of came away smiling on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, CSM, that's where my brother's going there next year. Play ball up on the hilltop over in San Mateo.
Oh, good.
Yeah. He's excited.
Oh, I'll bet.
They do a good job up there. Riley, Sutter, Chief.
Yeah, real happy with Riley here for sure.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Yeah, he's cool. He used to come to my high school games a lot
Coming to the plate.
and see him all the time.
Yeah, got into coaching at a really young age, and boy,
yeah.
he's done well for himself for sure.
Absolutely.
So the Panthers now with the bases juiced have scored 3 runs to tie it here in the bottom of the 4th. It's 6-6. And Garrett Davidson is up. And did we catch the pitcher? Is this Michael Miranda?
I think he was wearing.
Or is this Jacob Dominguez? Dan Torres. From Cal State Dominguez Hills. Okay. Torres delivers to Davidson, who lines it just fair over the bag at third and all the way down the line. The Goldpanners might get 3 on this one as Davidson makes his way all the way into third for a triple. 3-run score, and the Panthers have a 9-6 lead, scoring 6 runs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Torres is saying something to the home plate umpire as he goes back to the mound. Looks like he may have thought that ball was foul. So a triple by Davidson brings in 3. The Goldpanners send their 9th hitter up to the plate, Lucas Shermer, with Davidson now at third and still just 1 out. Shermer hits the ball in the air to center field. That should be deep enough to get Davidson in from third. The throw comes in towards second base as the center fielder really makes no attempt to try to get the runner as Shermer hits a fly ball to center field for the second time, but this time it drives in a run. Second out. Davidson scores. The Goldpanners now have a 10-6 lead with a big 7-run inning up here in the bottom of the 4th. So did you know right away that catching was your spot, Ian? Were there other things that appealed to you when you were playing, when you were growing up and playing?
Oh, so it's funny you say that. When I came out here and Carlos put me at first base, I couldn't remember the last time I had played at first base, and I texted my dad that, and he said, this may have been the last time, and he sends me a photo, and it's back in T-ball when I was left-handed. I used to hit left-handed, used to throw left-handed, so that was the last time I played at first base.
And threw left-handed, too.
Yeah,
huh?
I did both, and then somehow I switched back to righty. But, I think growing up, kind of like every kid, play shortstop, pitches. But no, I've caught since I was little.
Well, we had a kid that was supposed to come to us in 2020, Eric Smelko.
Okay.
That started off at St. Mary's, but and he was amateur. He could throw.
Really?
Yeah, from out of the San Diego era, and I just kind of lost sight of him. And I think he was here in 23, so I texted him and saw. I think he was in in the Montana area something the previous summer, and I just said, boy, let's retry this whole coming back up to Fairbanks thing. And boy, he came up here and had a great summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was ambidextrous too. He
That's cool.
And he did it in one inning here for us that season. So
that's fun. Yeah, there's that guy from Texas A&M. He would be their Friday starter and their Saturday starter because he would throw.
Oh my
He was
gosh.
ambidextrous, so he'd throw both days back to back, one from the right side, one from the left. It was just kind of, it's an extra bonus to have a guy that can do both.
So Hunter Mealy has walked to keep things going here with 2 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hunter Friedberg up. So Panthers leading 10-6 with 7 runs in. Friedberg looking for his first pitch tonight. Hits this ball in the air toward right field. And this inning's going to come to an end. But, Ian, we thank you for coming by.
Well, I
It's really
appreciate
fun,
you having me, yeah.
Really fun chatting with you. Enjoy the rest of your summer up here. And
I appreciate it.
And hope that MRI turns out so we can see a whole lot more of you for the rest of the summer.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, John. Go Panthers.
All right, go Panthers. We're going to take a break. Panthers lead 10-6. We're going to head to the 5th inning, and we'll be right back.
Leading off the top of the 5th, number 5, Bradley Boudreau.
So John Lorkie back with you here at the top half of the 5th inning. Gets underway. Jack Clark still is on the mound for the Panthers as he gets Alejandro Rosas to fly into short right field. Cole Clark goes back out and makes the catch. And Clark has the first out here in the top half of the 5th inning. I want to thank Ian Armstrong for coming up and joining us. Easy to talk to. Great kid out of San Mateo, California, attending St. Mary's College. And Goldpanners really didn't have a first baseman when he got here. He's a terrific catcher, but with Ortega here, wanting to get them both into the lineup as much as possible, Armstrong was asked to play first base and did it like he'd played it quite a long time and took to it very easily, and it made the transition and the Goldpanners' lack of a first baseman early in the summer and worked out very well. So with 1 out now, Carlos Morales up at the plate. Walked last inning in that 4-run top of the 4th for ProAm. Has a 1-1 count now against Clark. Clark, a left-hander, comes to us from help of Coach Mark Lindsay, who coached for the Panthers a couple summers as an assistant in 21, as the head coach in 22. Cal State San Marcos is where Coach Lindsay is at now. Jack comes to us from San Diego, California, and throws a pitch that's hit in the air to pretty deep left field. But left fielder Friedberg has enough room in front of the fence. And that ball, boy, when it left the bat, it looked like it could have been trouble, but it just, Morales just got under it too much. Flies out to left. Clark has retired the first 3 hitters he's faced, and coming on for starter Owen Dunn. Panthers leading at 10-6, top of the 5th inning. Clark starts off the Pro-Am third baseman Daniel Briones with a strike. Briones had a single last inning, 1 for 2. Clark deals again, a high fastball, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Jack seems to have looked better with each outing for the Panthers this season. He gets back up on the hill and works quickly, which I think has served him very well. 0-2 pitch, down in the dirt. See if I can find some of Clark's numbers. He's pitched 20 innings, has 26 strikeouts, has a 1.80 ERA, has been one of the top arms for the Goldpanners out of the bullpen. Panthers stay in front. He'll get the win in this game. Called strike 3. Fastball on the outside corner gets Briones. Clark has retired 4 straight, including the side here on the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Goldpanners lead at 10-6.
Well, since this is a 7-inning game, you know what time it is. It's time to get out of your seat. Pull out your kazoos. It's time for the 5th inning stretch.
I was walking on the street on a sunny day. A feeling in my bones says I have my way. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, ain't it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey. My little dog Spot got hit by a car. Put his guts in a box and put him in a drawer. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, ain't it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey. I forgot all about it for a month and a half. I looked in the drawer and started to laugh. 'Cause I'm a happy boy. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, ain't it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey.
The 5th inning stretch brought to you by Lithia Chevrolet of Fairbanks. One more time, that 50. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, Alex Garcia.
Goldpanners start to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning with a 10-6 lead. Have out hit Pro-Am 8-5. Big 7-run bottom of the 4th inning brought the Goldpanners from a 6-3 deficit to a 10-6 lead. So see if they can add to it against right-hander Dan Torres here. As the Goldpanners start off with Alex Garcia, who walked to help get that rally started in the bottom of the 4th inning. Garcia rather, struck out his other time up, so looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 1. Next pitch is grounded just foul down the third base line. Torres out in front of Garcia 0-2. Torres has been effective against the Goldpanners the last time he pitched, using that knuckleball from time to time. He's doesn't throw hard, but he can sure keep you off balance. There it comes right there, and the catcher has a hard time handling it. It's 1-2. It's Garcia that he struck out with the bases loaded with that knuckleball a couple games ago. Nearly a couple hours into this one, Goldpanners looking to get their 20th win on the summer. Garcia playing first base tonight. He's played just about all over the place as he skies the next one up on the infield. Second baseman Rosas goes over and makes the catch. And Garcia is the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings us to the top of the order, and second baseman Cole Clark. Clark has been on base a couple times and scored both times. Led off the game for the Panthers with an infield base hit, and then grounded to first base and also drew a walk and scored last inning. Clark, young guy, headed to UC Irvine. Bats from the left-hand side, takes the first pitch for a strike from Torres. Fifth pitcher of the night for ProAm as they try and navigate this sixth game of the series and the number of arms they have available to finish it out. It often gets difficult for some visiting teams that come up here and play 5-6 game series to have enough pitching to stay competitive in the last couple games, and could be a little bit of what's been difficult for ProAm to do tonight. Looks like a knuckleball that floats in there against Clark. That's a really nice pitch from Torres, and it's 1-2. Defense straight away for the left-hand hitting Clark. Clark, a middle infielder, playing second base for the Panthers tonight. As Torres throws a fastball that's way outside. It's 2-2. Big numbers up on the scoreboard. 2 and 4 up for the All-Stars, 3 and 7 up for the Goldpanners as they have a 4-run lead here in the fifth inning. Again, the game just 7 innings tonight. Give ProAm time to get to the airport. Clark lines this one to left field, and it's going to get down in front of the left fielder Sanchez. So Clark has his second hit tonight as he did a good job going with that pitch and not trying to do too much with this and just hit it into left field. So gets us to David Shackelford, who hasn't been retired yet by the ProAm. Has a walk and single and a double. So Clark with good speed takes his lead from first. Shackelford takes a fastball on the inside corner for strike one. Torres works quickly. He doesn't mess around. He gets up on the hill and checks the runner, gets the sign. He doesn't waste much time. Everybody's wondering what the signs are, if the Goldpanners are going to put something on here with 1 out in the fifth. Clark gets his lead. He's not running. Torres throws a slow pitch that just misses low, and it's 1-1. Shackelford, the Goldpanners center fielder, is having a good night. Hopes to extend it here. Clark with a pretty good lead at first. Torres steps off and bluffs him back to first base. For some reason, the home plate umpire came out from behind home plate and said something to Torres on the mound. I'm not sure what that was about. 1-1 pitch to Shackelford is way outside, and it's 2-1. See if the Goldpanners put something on here. Ortega waits on deck. He's been on base a couple times and scored twice. All the first 3 Goldpanners hitters have scored twice. Clark isn't going anywhere. Shackelford takes it outside. It's 3-1. So Torres having a little bit of difficulty finding the strike zone here against Shackelford. Goldpanners, their number 2 hitter up tonight. Shackelford, as I've said, having a good summer. Goldpanners like getting him from Hope International. Fouls off this next pitch, and it's 3-2.
The double brought to you by Speedy Glass.
Center fielder Burrow is straight away. ProAm looking for the double play ground ball to get out of this inning and see if they can come up to bat in the 6th inning with the Panthers trying to extend their 4-run lead. Clark is going. The pitch is way inside to Shackelford. I don't know if it hit him, but I think it did. But boy, he didn't know whether to go backwards or forwards or what, because the hitter's first instinct is to go backwards, and the pitch was behind him, so Shackelford ran right into it. So on base for the 4th straight time
Coming to the plate.
with a walk, hit batsman, single and a double. Shackelford having a big night. Brings up Efren Ortega, the Goldpanners catcher, who was 1 for 2, and he's also been hit by a pitch. 2 on, 1 out. Ortega takes a pitch in the dirt. Torres starts him off with ball 1. Ortega has consistently been one of the top Panthers hitters this summer. Next pitch is hit in the air to left field and hit very well. Left fielder goes back, and this one is gone. Ortega drills it over the left field fence. The Goldpanners extend their lead from 10-6 to 13-6 as Ortega looked like a high off-speed pitch, but boy, he jumped on it. It got out of here in a hurry. You hear the crowd as that really got him going with that swing. That was just a rocket from Ortega.
Now batting, Vince Venverlo.
Brings up Venverlo. Goldpanners with their 10th hit now. A couple of them out of Ortega. Venverlo looking for his first hit. Takes a strike from Torres. Been on base a couple times with walks. Torres throws sidearm again, and this one is grounded to third. Briones with a long throw across the diamond, something he's shown throughout this series. His arm is really strong.
At the plate.
And he has really no trouble gunning down Goldpanners from behind third base. So Venverlo grounds out to the third baseman. There's 2 out now in the 5th. It brings us to Garrett Davidson, who's having a nice night. Davidson has doubled in 2 runs in the first. But we are going to have a we got a pinch hitter here. Jamie Mullen. I should recognize him. He's the biggest kid on the team, like 6'4", 230. Let me think. Who could it be? If it's not a pitcher, it's got to be Mullen. So Mullen hitting for Davidson. Has a strike here and takes the next pitch inside. 1-1. So Mullen batting for Davidson with a 1-1 count. Next pitch catches the inside corner. Mullen doesn't think so. Body language tells you all that. Shoulder shrug, bat drops. So Torres catches that inside corner. I'm not sure. Stuff's coming out of the dugout of the ProAm team. They're probably anxious to get home with a 7-run deficit here with a couple innings to go. But even though that was called a strike, I don't know, they may be voicing something at Mullen more than the umpire. I would think so, since it was called a strike. 1-2 pitch is down low. Count even now. Mullen batting with 2 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Goldpanners have stormed back after trailing 6-3 to take a 13-6 lead. Torres delivers a 2-2 to Mullen, and it's skied on the right side, but it's going to get out of play. Back and bounces in the beer garden a couple times. Mullen just finished his freshman year out of Sac State. Big first baseman. Joined the Goldpanners a little over a week ago. 2-2 pitch is way up and inside to Mullen, and it's 3-2. Boy, he had to swivel the head to get out of that one. So 3-2, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Mullen trying to extend the rally, grounds it to third. Briones knocks it down, but gathers himself, and again with that arm, throws out Mullen. And the Panthers are retired here on the bottom of the 5th, but they do even more damage with 3 runs on 2 hits, including the big 3-run homer from Ortega. Nobody left on. We've completed 5 full. Goldpanners lead it 13-6. Back with you here in the top half of the 6th inning. The Goldpanners make a pitching change. Jack Clark did very well and will stand to get the win if the Goldpanners can hang on to this 7-run lead or any kind of a lead. Jonah Walker out to pitch the 6th inning. Clark would get his first win of the summer. Had a save just a couple days ago. He's pitched very well and certainly deserves a win. Coming on in relief of Dunn just in the 4th inning. Jonah Walker now will start things off. Left-hander out of Central Missouri. Will face C.J. Berthon, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Berthon, Sanchez, and Briones. Here's the Goldpanners try to finish off this series. Grounded to short. Shermer with a throw on to Garcia at first. And on Walker's second pitch, Berthon grounds out to short.
Jeremiah Sanchez.
And the Goldpanners relief pitching has retired 5 straight once Clark took over for Dunn in the 4th inning and got that fly ball double play to center field. Walker's first pitch to Sanchez, who was on base with a walk in that 4-run top of the 4th for ProAm, a left-hand hitter. Walker from the left-hand side throws a fastball in for a strike, and the count's even. Panthers have made a couple errors tonight, but it hasn't hurt them too much. All-Stars have played well defensively, but the Goldpanner bats have sure had a big night against ProAm pitching with 10 hits. And despite the 13 runs, they've only left 4 runners on base. So when the guys have gotten on, the Goldpanners have brought them in. 2-1 count now. Walker throws a really nice curveball in for a strike, and it's 2-2. Sanchez really wasn't looking for that. He's popped out to the first baseman, as I said, walked last inning, or walked in the 4th, rather. 2-2 pitch from Walker is a breaking ball outside. Looks like Izzy Diaz is in. Is that Diaz catching for the Goldpanner? Doesn't look like Ortega's behind the plate any longer. I think that's Diaz. Diaz is coming in for Ortega behind the plate. Have to see if the Goldpanners have any other changes. We got Garcia. Looks like the infield's the same.
Coming to the plate, Diego Briones.
Mullen hit for Davidson, so that's a DH. So we're going to say that Diaz is in for Ortega behind the plate. I believe it's number 6. So 2 out now after the fly out. Or I'm sorry, the called strike 3. Sanchez, now Briones at the plate. Catcher grounds it to short. Shermer comes in and gets a nice hop. Throws on to Garcia at first, and a very, very quick inning for Jonah Walker in relief of Clark. ProAm goes quietly. Goldpanners have retired 7 straight hitters. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Panthers still up 13-6. We start the bottom half of the 6th inning with another pitching change. 3, 4, 5, the 6th pitcher that Pro-Am All-Stars have used, and this young right-hander comes to us from Cypress College, where Goldpanners coach Carlos Gonzalez coaches, so he's pretty familiar with this guy. The Goldpanners will have shortstop Lucas Shermer ready to hit here in the bottom half of the 6th inning in the final game of this series. Mason's first pitch is hit in the air to left field, and this one could get out of here, and it does. Shermer hits the first pitch from Mason here in the bottom half of the 6th inning and just drills it over the left field wall. I think that's Shermer's 3rd home run of the summer. I know he hit one in Canada and hit one earlier here at the ballpark, so that was just a shot there. This is one of those get ahead, the first pitch, get out in front, but Shermer wasn't having anything to do with it. He rips it to left field. So Shermer, with his 2nd hit tonight, had a single way back in the 1st, and that'll bring up Owen Mealy. So appreciate 907 Vacation Rentals and their sponsorship of tonight's game. Team Philippines will come in on Thursday, as the Goldpanners have an off day tomorrow, as Mason throws a slow curve to get a out in front 0-1 on Mealy. So team sponsors for this next series: State Farm Thursday night, Golden Valley Electric on Friday night. As Mealy skies this into right field, Berthon goes back and makes a nice running catch as he heads toward the, well, appropriately, the State Farm sign I just mentioned. So first out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So Mealy had been on base his previous 2 times, but he hits the ball well to right field but gets out, so that'll bring up Goldpanners left fielder Hunter Friedberg, looking for his first hit tonight. He walked back in the 1st inning. Summit Coffee, a new Goldpanner sponsor this year, will be the present the game to us on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Then the man that sang the national anthem tonight, Tommy G, sponsors the game on Sunday against Team Philippines, and then the series will end on Monday with McKinley Orthopedic as the sponsor. So State Farm, Golden Valley, Summit Coffee, Tommy G's, and McKinley Orthopedic, the 5 sponsors for the series against Team Philippines, which begins Thursday night after the Goldpanners have an off day tomorrow. Panners up by 8, bottom of the 6th inning, and again just a 7-inning game as Mealy takes the ball way inside, or I'm sorry, Friedberg. 2-1 count on Friedberg. He'd just soon not get a walk, though. He wants to get his hit tonight. Left-hander out of San Diego. Next pitch is lined into center field, but the center fielder comes on and makes a nice catch. Friedberg hit the ball well, but right at the center fielder, so sometimes it's just bad luck when you hit a ball that well, but right on the button to the center fielder, and that'll bring up the Goldpanners' Alex Garcia with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Garcia walked and scored a run back in the 4th. He's 0 for 2. Panners with a really comfortable lead, looking to close this out as Garcia takes a slow breaking ball in for a strike. Pro-Am All-Stars will head back to Southern California tonight. Goldpanners have their 4th visiting team playing them now. The 5th team, Philippines, will come in tomorrow night. Same slow curve, catches the outside corner. Garcia not too happy about it, but home plate umpire Dan Angelo says it's close enough with a 8-run lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Garcia in the hole, 0-2. Garcia checks for the sign and delivers a fastball up high. So after giving up the home run to Shermer on the first pitch, Mealy and Friedberg have flied out. So Garcia trying to restart a little rally here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Next pitch, Garcia has a little lazy swing just to protect it and fouls it off behind first base. Panthers have 11 hits. ProAm has 5. Panthers with a big 14-6 lead, which is really, even though, well, it was 6-3 ProAm, but game turned around quickly in the bottom half of the 4th inning. But all the games have been close in this series. Mason delivers outside to Garcia, and it's 2-2. Garcia bats from the right-hand side from nearby North Pole. Just finished his college baseball career, and he's going to go help Goldpanners 2021 head coach Anthony Farrow at Butte College in Chico. Talked to Coach Farrow yesterday morning. He's real excited to have Alex join his staff. As excited as we have been to have Alex play for us for the last 4 years. Such a great kid. Next pitch is lined to left field. Left fielder comes on and makes a nice running catch. So even though Garcia hits the ball well, like Friedberg, he lines out to an outfielder. So the Panthers are gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Do score a run on the Shermer home run. We go to the top half of the 7th and hopefully final inning, and the Goldpanners lead it 14-6. Goldpanners turn to Addison Walker to come on in relief of Jonah Walker as we're here in the final inning. Panthers with a big 8-run lead. Walker going to get a inning of work in here and faces the ProAm leadoff hitter. Zach Burrow has been on all 3 times. Base hit, reached on an error, and walked. So Walker throws the first couple pitches as balls, and it's 2-0. Top of the order here on the 7th. Panthers got off to a little bit of a slow start, trailing 6-3 in the 4th, but turned that around with 10 runs in the 4th and 5th inning to take a commanding lead, and that's where it sits now. Walker a little erratic with his first 3, falls behind Burrow 3-0. Walker was the pitcher of the tournament in Canada. Pitched 7 hitless innings for the Goldpanners to help them claim that championship down there. He's pitched very well out of Incarnate Word in Southern Cal. Throws a strike down. It's 3-1. Panthers defensively with no changes. Izzy Diaz catching for Efren Ortega now. Came on in top half of the 6th inning after Ortega hit that 3-run home run. Coach said, you know, that's good night's work, Efren. Let me get somebody in there for you. So full count now on Burrow, followed by Siu on deck. Walker throws. Ball is hit in the air to right field, but Mealy gets a really nice running start and hauls this was in and short right center field. So Burrow hit the ball pretty good, but Mealy got a great jump on that. You can see why he is destined to be a future center fielder for Cal Poly, because he made that look easy. CU was 3 for 3, so let's see if the Goldpanners can finally get him out. He's homered in the first and had a couple singles since then. Walker starts him out high with a pitch. Nakoa CU plays first base. Got some good size and power. We saw that in the first inning. Walker again falls behind the hitter. It's 3-0 to Burrow. Now he's 2-0 on CU. Next pitch, Mitch is outside, and he's 3-0 once again. CU looking to get on for the 4th straight time. He'd probably rather not walk. He'd rather try to hit, and he does. Lines it on the ground to Shermer at short. Throws on to Garcia at first. So even though he hit the ball well, hit it right in front of the shortstop, Shermer decided to play it by stepping backwards a couple steps, and it was the right move. The ball came up nicely to him. He had plenty of time with throwing out CU, who doesn't run that well. So Walker, even though falling behind 3-0 on the first 2 hitters here in the 7th, has the first 2 outs. Brings up the shortstop, Devin Alvarez. Takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Pro-Am down to their final out. Goldpanners will wrap up the 5th of 6 games against the All-Stars as Walker misses high. But it's been a very good series. Let's hope the Panthers can have this good a series against Team Philippines, who was here last year and picked up a couple wins against the Panthers. Walker misses low, and it's 2-1. Alvarez looking for his first hit, is grounded out, flied out, and walked. Walker throws it, it's way outside, and it's ball 3 once again. So Walker having a little bit of control issues with going to ball 3 on all these 3 hitters, but he hasn't hurt him so far. Kicks and delivers, and it's a little up and away, and that's ball 4. So Walker surrenders a walk to
the plate,
Alvarez. With 2 out here in the 7th. Brings up the, do we have a pinch hitter here? Number 5. Supposed to be Rosas. And this is going to end it. A ball is hit real slowly on the ground to Garcia, who beats, we'll say, Rosas to the bag. And the Goldpanners have wrapped up a victory here, number 5 against Pro-Am, with a convincing 14-6 defeat of Pro-Am, and it's been a good series. These teams will meet each other at home plate. The coaches are shaking hands and giving some hugs because we appreciate these teams coming up and playing us. And like I said, it's just been a really, really good series. Some good competition. And the Panthers certainly have enjoyed hosting this team, which the organization, this is different players, but the organization was up here 2 years ago and helped fill in for a team out of North Carolina that didn't show. So we'll see where the future takes, but it would surprise me at all if the Pro-Am organization doesn't come back to Fairbanks again in the future, because they're a class act. It's been a good series. So not sure what else there is to say. The Goldpanners with 11 hits win it 14-6. Jack Clark out of the bullpen gets the win. And the Goldpanners have their 20th victory of the season. So for my engineers, what do we got here? We got Burnley, we got Chris Carlson, and we appreciate Ian Armstrong stopping by, and But this is John Lorky saying thanks for tuning in. Goldpanners will have a day off, and we'll be back with you. Certainly Garrow will be back on the airwaves by then. It's been my pleasure filling in for Garrow. I don't do the job that Garrow does, that's for sure. He's a terrific broadcaster, so we'll welcome him back here in a couple days. So anyway, Goldpanners once again with a 14-6 victory. So we're signing off, and Garrow will be back with you Thursday night. And thank you for joining us all from Growden Field as the Goldpanners win it 14-6.